gotta ask a serious question. Hey, Jared, have you heard of this new podcast starting out?
What is that podcast, Jordan?
I hear it's like some Canadians doing like a TTR podcast.
Do you mean Canadian D&D podcast featuring 5? Yes, 5, no, 6. However many there are of us around the tower, because I'm retarded and can't count.
Roll the check.
And now we have to cut that opening, Jared. Now we have to cut the opening.
Cue the theme song.
Now,
Cold
what would
open.
be funny would be you keeping that opening, but also keeping in you yelling that you have to cut the opening.
I think we're going to do that.
That's the post-credits.
That's not the worst thing I've heard is coming back.
Let's try that again. Welcome to...
No, we lost it. The moment's gone.
The moment is gone.
Killed it again, Jared.
Also, your neighbors must hate you.
What?
He's so you're probably hearing some new voices here, and we're going to let Jordan take that away.
So last time we did mention that would be new players coming along, and as the journey's progressed, we've brought back the man, the myth, the legend. Marty, introduce yourself.
Hey everybody, I'm Marty, and I'm playing McCartan Zilton, the Druid Drow of the group.
And we're also adding another new member to the group. Introduce yourself, Jean.
Hello, my name is Jean. I am playing Crumb, the half-orc artificer.
And for those who may know us already, let's recap again. Hi, I'm Jordan. I'm the DM for the group.
The Dungeon Mommy.
Yeah, I'm the Dungeon Mommy.
Mommy!
Oh my god.
Welcome.
You a snack?
I'm Laszlo. I play Roseo, the Solemnic Knight.
I am Jared. I am playing Elaine Lenore, a half-elf bard. I'm Josh, and I'm playing Diddy Widdity, the tiefling, rogue, thief, heister. He's fucking Robert De Niro from Heat with a tail.
That's her, what's his name again?
Diddy Widdity. I used the
So
name
you're the
generator.
penguin from Kirby?
Oh my God,
His name Diddy?
King Diddy.
Okay, he's wearing a tuxedo from now on.
Oh no,
doesn't really
you established your
wear a tuxedo
aesthetic last time.
Yeah, that's gonna be.
Oh, that's even better.
That's gonna be some fun fan art there.
Oh man, there's the.
If we had fans, I would love to see their
If you
art.
become a fan, remember fan art. You can find us at Snowdice D&D on Instagram.
We gotta work out the socials.
We did start an Instagram. I'm confident of this.
There's an Instagram. There's a
Speaking of the
YouTube.
Last time on D&DZ, we had our team summoned into the wonderful world of Ravenloft against their will by a cleric of the Order of Light who just wants to bring back the lake to the land covered in darkness. Unfortunately, he messed up and he got these guys. And even worse, they were taken from their home times, their home planes, not at the power they were, but at the beginning of their journeys. Meaning, rather than getting a bunch of epic level adventurers, he got their level 1 equivalents. The upside is that some of them are happier as they've lost all the aches and body aches from being just old men, and now they're back in their youth. Some have been robbed of their inevitable revenge, and some were just taken from their homes and plopped somewhere they didn't want to be. Wow.
Some required trigger warnings.
Some require. Yes, I forgot. There is a. I'll put that warning up there right now. There are scenes of extreme violence, graphic language, partial nudity. We've got language not suitable for younger children, but that being said, we're not your parents.
I assure you, Crumb will not be swearing.
And there was reference to unaliving yourself or oneself in the last episode.
Kicking
Again,
your oxygen addiction.
you know, that we're past that point though, just so we're clear.
We're in Ravenloft. We'll be back.
We're in Ravenloft though. Things are going to go sideways real quick.
I mean, this guy was ready to end it all over basically a suitcase you couldn't open. This isn't going to go well for you, Josh. I'll be fine.
He'll be fine because he's got that great Canadian moonshine.
From Top Shelf Distillers. Let me get a swig right now at 9 o'clock in the morning.
So anyway, back to the recap here. I know it's a long one. We'll work on shortening this out for the next thing. But anyway, we'll try. The group
Fucking talk. Sorry.
The group came together and were given their mission, not just by the cleric who summoned them, but by an angel of this divine entity came down and told them, "Hey, you think you guys can help out?" To which they reluctantly, not even agreed yet. I guess they're just kind of going along with the flow right now. But they were assaulted by a necromancer through the land, which kind of helped spur them into being more aggressive towards the darkness of the land. And after a wonderful battle, which they came out on top of, they're now working their way through the woods to a local busted down town, or even lower city, called Silbervis. So we join them as they're going through the woods in the dark, as there's very little light left in the land.
I'm going to do the stereotypical thing that every D&D player does when confronted with the darkness and say, "I have dark vision!"
He's right. Wait a minute. No, yeah, half elves have.
Yep.
I forgot you get all the good stuff and none of the bad stuff.
All the benefits of being milquetoast and bland.
Yeah.
Hey, you chose it, not me. That's why I
true.
chose to be
Actually, I think the only person in this group that doesn't have dark vision is our human.
Pretty much.
That's right. I'm really not works.
Well, I have fire. I
Oh,
don't know
sorry,
Father.
you have two humans. You've got you and the cleric.
Yeah, Father Reinhardt, I think it was.
Reinhardt, yes.
So I'm sticking with him with the torch. I got Potato, my trusty golem buddy, holding onto my lance and my.
Okay, so let's back up one last thing for the new folk. So here's the thing: when these people came here, they were gifted a homunculi. It is made out of basically. It looks like the race it was created from, or the species, or whichever way you want to call it. But it's actually made of mud and dirt.
Peanut butter, teeth, and hair.
So,
They're a golem.
a kind of a golem, yeah. Marty, you do get a golem. We'll find out what type it is later. But the thing is, they didn't do too well in the first one. I believe Josh's golem met a wonderfully terrible end.
He died so fast.
Potato, Roseo's little thing, which, for those who I think, it's kind of like a podrick look to it, has miraculously, basically unscathed, made it through there. And then there's the other one.
There's a kobold.
Somehow still alive.
The kobold, who's alive with a hook out of his head and partially caved in skull.
How is that alive?
So I will explain to Jean what happened. I was attempting to throw a grappling hook over a wall so we could escape this horde of indentured servants that were attacking us.
And it landed in the kobold's head?
It bounced off the wall and landed in the kobold's head.
Oh my god.
And then I attempted to throw the kobold over the wall.
Oh my god.
So I could anchor it down the other side. And I ended up just going and throwing it sideways in the wall because my strength bonus is 0.
And partially caved in its head. And the thing is, he did just the bare amount of damage to have it not die. So it's following him with a slight speech impediment.
And I rolled a medical check well enough to unfish hook the grappling hook out of its clay skull.
God, I'm so glad I played this character the way I'm going to.
The problem is that the hole is still through there.
Oh god.
Things are gonna do a fucking
Because it's not an actual being. It's
At least you didn't just try and stick some mud in.
Well,
thought it crossed their mind.
yeah, it's a little deflated. What was his name again, Jared?
I can't remember.
You can't use him as an anchor there?
Oh, Ren.
Yeah, Ren. Ren, the kobold is still following pleasantly. Master, it's okay.
Already hate this.
oh, you want to hate it more? I'll bring the stand-in.
Oh god, does he have a...
Oh yeah, we've got a mini for it.
Oh my gosh.
He's my Ren, and I shall protect him at all costs when I'm not running him head first into a wall.
If he dies, I can make more.
Okay, cool. Oh, that's right.
Oh.
Hi, guys.
Oh no, sorry.
Oh.
Hey, you guys. I know we're having a great adventure, but we're a little fucked up right now.
Keep up, I got little legs.
Oh god. Oh, we haven't even started yet.
Content warning.
Little Ren. Oh, he even looks like he's a little not well.
It's a zombie kobold.
He's just a little guy.
He's just a little guy. It's a little guy who just had a bad break.
You're just having a bad
In his neck.
okay. I forgive you, Owain. You're my master.
It's
Put him
okay.
in a satchel and carry him.
But yeah, you guys are moving through the darkness with your Solemnic Knight holding up his torch.
Hey, we didn't really do any introductions last time. We didn't really do any introductions back at the fight. What's your name again?
I am Razeov, House of Shame, Knight of the Order.
Okay, all that aside, turn the fucking light off. Extinguish the torch.
Just hold the torch close to your head.
And your greasy bard hair catches fire.
From the diaphragm this time, son. You can do it.
Use my powerful lungs. Extinguish the torch. I'm not
You
sure.
know what? Roll me a d20. I'm amused.
Is that a
Are you
performance?
going to have a Master Exploder moment?
Is that a performance check?
Yeah, make a performance check. I'm amused. Let's do this.
17.
Okay. You bellow out at the thing, and it just carries through the woods.
Oh, fuck.
I was about to say he Black Canary the torch, but no, good call.
Yeah. So yeah, the thing. Your voice bellows out through the forest. A corresponding bellow back of howls.
Oh! Another performance check.
Run away, run away, run away. Oh.
That's a 1.
You should not lock the open door, Jared.
You lost your voice.
Full moon's on the sky. He's not meant to be a man anymore.
Oh.
Your voice clenches up at this moment of like, oh no.
That's what happens when you try and be a smartass with nature.
And but as you kind of go, there's no corresponding sounds.
Okay, good.
That means
So the natural one was actually a benefit.
So how's the
They're all in the woods going like,
Pussy.
how's the darkness level? Is there like enough light to navigate?
there's no sun, but there is moon.
Okay.
So there is basic, it's not a full moon at the moment. It's more of a half moon. You're getting a reasonable light. You can walk without tripping.
Okay.
But under the darker parts of the canopies, you are having a harder time seeing. The shadows are starting to kind of creep.
No.
Okay.
So it's not you're not feeling as confident as you could, but at the same time, it's not terrible.
Can I roll? I haven't been in this plane, let alone this particular neighborhood.
Yep.
But I'd like to start looking at the stars to see if I can start learning how to navigate around this area.
You should know.
Okay.
2 years right there.
Make
Survival or perception.
Yeah, let's make a survival check. Basically, you're going to use. You know the town was southeast of you. No, southwest. No, east. Yeah, you know it was southeast where the town was. So based on the stars, let's see what you. 19. So using the star, you start kind of picking and choosing the constellations, and knowing that you're going southeast already, you basically make a half-assed star map.
Okay.
So when making at nighttime, when you have the stars, if you're making a survival check to try and find your way, you roll with advantage.
Awesome.
Nice.
Decent.
To the stars, boy.
Don't you fucking dare.
To the stars.
Copyright.
All right.
And now we're blocked on YouTube.
Yeah. So you're rolling through the woods.
I would like to do. You've done a navigation for us to get us.
Oh, by the way, take an inspiration point.
Okay.
So you now have inspiration. Because that was a solid move.
So going off of your navigational directives, I'm going to do a perception check to determine.
Because I remember there was a river to the south, so the fastest way to get to town, straight south, hit the river, hit the town. Do we want to do that? Because we have 2 days until the necromancer comes get us.
But what is a day here?
You can ask the father.
Reinhardt.
Yep.
Father Reinhardt. What?
I think we could be informal at this point.
If there is no light here, what constitutes a day?
Inspiration.
How are we able to track that without the advantage of, I don't know, a fucking sundial?
Well, in some of the smaller towns, as well as some of the larger towns, artificers have made mechanical devices which tell time.
I've heard of these.
A lot of times it is based off of the sun, which is more or less and less as you've seen. So, again, if you're in the towns, you can kind of go from these. Otherwise, days make less sense. That's why a lot of the natural order has been unbalanced by this darkness.
So really this guy could come after us at any time.
Yeah, he's an asshole.
Fair enough. Alright,
The fact he even let us go makes me think we're being followed.
Oh, he wants to see what we're going to do.
My walking speed is 4 kilometers an hour, so that's how I can use my time.
Oh, you're so Canadian for using kilometers.
Should we be using cubits or something?
Yikes. Strides.
So I'm going to do a perception check just to sort of pick our way through the woods and make sure we're not being...
Okay, yeah, to keep
Make
track
sure,
of your movement.
make sure the way ahead is clear anyways. Someone should maybe look out behind and make sure we're not being followed. I'll do that. 11.
11.
11.
Well. Oh.
I see everything.
What do your drow eyes see?
Darknesses!
From the front, you're looking through the darkness, and the shadows are creeping. Even though you have the dark vision, it only goes up to about 60 feet. So beyond that, especially with the canopy of trees in some places where the moonlight isn't piercing through, it is difficult to see. The shadows are moving. There are times you think you saw something, but you're not sure. It's very creepy. It's almost like the wisdom cells are just making you unnerved. Yeah, it is unnerving. So much so that I'd like you to make me a wisdom check.
Oh no. I don't do this well. What do I see?
You'll find out in a second.
Okay.
I want to find out how you're...
16.
16. Oh, you have a 0? Yeah. Cool. So, that's good though. You managed to not give in to fear. You're still able to move forward at a decent pace.
Hold on.
You don't trip on anything. You're still managing to keep yourself going at a good pace. At the rear of the pack, with the natural 20.
Is that our second crit of the thing?
That's our third crit of the whole thing, I think, and first of the day. So you are working your way, in the back. You're backing up almost perfectly. Like you can feel your tail is slightly shifting around, so you don't trip over any upspray roots or whatnot. And you're looking back to the darkness, and again, just like with Jared at the front, you're not seeing much. The shadows are kind of moving, except the difference is at one point you spot a shadow moving. You're confident that was a shadow moving.
The shadow?
The shadow.
The shadow! The game
We'll get you.
I remember. It took me a second.
That's a classic. But yeah, there is a shadow moving.
Is there a definitive shape to the shadow?
You're not. That's the one thing you're not sure of.
I shoot at it.
It's very much like most shadows. It is kind of almost amorphous.
Okay.
But you take a shot at it. Roll your. What are you shooting at?
My crossbow.
Crossbow. Okay. Okay, you hit the shadow. Remind me again. What kind of bow are you using? Or
Using
your
a hand crossbow.
It's just a regular one.
Yeah, nothing special.
Okay. It sticks into it and then it keeps going.
Shit.
Ghosts. Wraiths. Spooky ghosts.
Well, we can't kill it. It didn't bleed.
Make me a Wisdom.
You're from here. You should know about this stuff. I am.
Do we know that yet?
He did mention I'm back again.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's a 5 total.
So, as your arrow sinks into it, you have this moment of like, got it, and then just almost like from the shadow, predator style, two little eyes flicker at you, and then it shifts off. But when they do flicker at you, take 2 temporary psychic damage.
Oh, bitch, you gonna die.
And you feel unnerved at this point. Like, so much so that at least for the next little bit, you're going to be rolling at a disadvantage.
Uh-oh. That's really
Something is got to you. You feel like literally you feel like you need the light at this point. Like you need to be somewhere where there are lights, but not so much that you're overly panicked, but just
Smokes, let's go.
in the center of the pack, standing you're obviously near Father Reinhold. There, even though it's dark, you feel better. There's just this feeling of, things. It's not the worst it could be, and you're not sure exactly why, but you've seen clerics before, so you know that they sometimes give off this feeling like it's not that bad. Not as good as a paladin, but it gets that same thing. Like he's pushing back the
Miasma.
the direct darkness of it, just the crushing fear of the place.
I'm just like playing around with the new axe I got.
Oh yeah, the big axe.
I shall name you Orphan Cleaver. Well, I cleave things, and now there are orphans as a result.
It sounds like the axe cleaves orphans.
No, it doesn't. It's not the cleaver of orphans.
It's an orphan cleaver. It's a possessive.
Okay. You're the bard. You workshop it. Get back to me later today for a better name.
I got a name for you right now.
Orphan maker.
Yes. You're not there.
Yeah.
Orphan maker.
You hear shout out.
From the shadows, orphan maker.
Inspiration comes in all
It was the
forms.
shadow.
The shadow. The shadow.
Just don't.
It's gonna happen every time.
It's just following around.
Just giving us plot notes. It's like the meta pigeons.
Can I just play this pigeon?
Chucky. You're definitely not going to want to go there.
Look under the keyboard.
Something's following you.
Oh, this is a mess already. Fuck.
Welcome
What happens when I get involved?
to Ravenloft. By the way, to let you know, the initial campaign is called Welcome to Ravenloft.
I assume so.
No, I had some.
That's why I'm having Red Bull, obviously.
Excuse me.
Is it Claritin PM or Claritin AM? Damn it.
Claritin doesn't have an AM or PM.
I assume everything has an AM
It
and
just
PM these
doesn't
days.
mix well with alcohol.
Yeah.
No.
Says you.
I mean, that's just a recipe to fall right asleep.
So
never wake up.
Traveling through the forest, you guys are
We still-
again. You're having moments.
We still haven't decided how we're getting there yet.
What's your preference? Again, fastest way is we go straight to the river and take the river to town, or we could avoid more circuitous. I don't know if Teddy is following us magically or just following our noise.
My concern is taking the quickest route along the edge of the river. That's where you're going to find things drinking. We're going to be viewed from the tree line. We're going to be easy to spot. I'm more concerned. I'm concerned with getting ambushed, but we can make better time. I'd like to get to this town as fast as possible because I need walls and a roof over my head. We gotta get there, and then we can think this through and regroup and figure what this dickhead over here has gotten us into in terms of a mess.
Don't worry, we'll find the first brothel we can find for you.
That's a horrible stereotype, and I resent that.
No, you don't. You resemble it.
You'd be surprised, and you're not there.
But I'm
Shush.
still a smartass.
Shush, NPC pigeon. That could be pigeonable.
You look like a whore.
costs a lot of... I look back at the shadows and say, it takes a lot of money to look this cheap.
Don't you bring Dolly Parton into this?
I am
She's
bringing
an
Dolly
actual-
Parton into
She
this.
is a treasure and a saint.
Yes. Thank you.
Working 9 to 5.
I know. Ain't that a way to make a living?
So, you guys are going in a direction.
Right now,
Josh,
I
I will
imagine
point
we're-
out that at this point, you are still wanting to get to somewhere where there's light.
Fucking go! There's spooky shit that I just wasted a bolt on. Let's go.
It's there, still sticking in the ground if you want to leave the party and go back for it.
No! I've read tomes. I know how this ends.
At the penultimate moment at the end of the campaign, a single bolt emerges from the darkness and lodges in his chest, killing him off, and it's the same bolt. Jordan writes that down for later.
Plot note.
Why don't you write it down? You can just write it down during the playback.
Very true. Yeah, you've given me ideas. Never give the DM ideas.
All right, well, to the river then.
Let's
Unless
fucking hustle.
we see a road in the way.
All right. Using your wonderful, you can make a survival to get yourself there a little easier and get advantage with your star map. Your Steve Buscemi given star map.
I'm gonna just roll.
Died to Los Angeles.
A 7 and an 18. I'll take the 18.
Okay. You easily, even though it's dark, you almost kind of shift your way closer to the front, helping everyone be like, if we go straight here, this should be a direct south.
Okay.
Having no major issues, nothing's really popping up. There's a lot of, shadows shifting. It's unnerving, but not so much that you're... Reinhardt actually says it, says to you guys, don't worry. Most things in the darkness aren't actually, it's the ones you can see at this point are the ones that are the problems. They no longer have to worry about fearing the light, so they act more brazenly now. So the things you see, or the things you can't see, are usually the ones that are just, they're not willing to fight you.
Okay. That's good to know. We're learning a little more about this horrible, horrible place every step we take.
Well, it used to be the reverse, but obviously, with the way
Yeah, there's no light.
I'm going to bring that up a lot so we can try and get on the same page.
Oh, I'm reading from the same book. I just don't like it.
Oh, good. Because I'm dying slowly to get this to happen.
I've got a guitar. Unfortunately, I lack the world's smallest violin to play on your behalf.
Okay, that's fair.
Let's fucking hustle, man.
Okay, through the woods you go. Now, getting closer to the water line, you can hear the water flowing through. It's not loud, but it's enough that it's very audible in the darkness. And there's this odd creaking wheel sound.
I look at Rizzo. Water wheel?
Possibly a mill.
Is it worth looking at, or do we want to keep moving?
Well, it's as you're heading towards the water, whatever it is that's moving is kind of in the distance. There's some kind of a cart.
Oh, okay. So we're approaching a cart from behind? Or?
You're approaching a cart which seems to be closer to the river.
Cart means road. Road means faster.
Road also probably means bandits, but I figure we can handle them.
Bandits we can
And let me just quickly cut over. What are you doing down by the river?
I am foraging for ingredients.
Are you singing a jaunty tune to yourself, or are you just quietly foraging?
I'm going to go with quietly foraging because I have no performance.
Fair enough.
Quietly foraging, maybe go.
So as you're getting closer, you hear a pleasant, like someone pleasantly whistling to themselves. There is a shape near this cart you're getting towards that's sitting nearish the river.
And you smell fresh baked bread.
And there's a wonderful wafting scent of fresh bread.
So I hear the music. I smell the bread. How do we go about this without freaking this person out? My initial thought is to match the whistle.
But in a land full of horrible monsters, that's probably not a good idea. So
Can you continue the tune instead?
No, that's just as bad.
I'm just thinking like the last thing you get this like poor person out there like this, and then like Predator style in the background, just a whistle comes around like turn around.
Goddamn pigeons.
So I'll call out because there's people don't like being approached in the dark and getting attacked. So hail and well met there, friend.
I stand up from my like crouched down position. Do you want me to describe how I look?
Yeah, let's give them a nice thing because you're on the edge. There's less tree lines, so there's more moonlight, so you definitely get a better view of you.
Up from a crouched position stands a very large, pretty muscular half-orc. About, I don't know, what's average, like a good height for a half-orc? Like, are they like 7 feet?
You're looking in like between this like 5'11" on the low end.
Okay, so like my height, 6'1". So
Okay.
like a half-orc, 6'1".
Beefus.
Yes. Bolts around, kind of wearing like basic kind of clothes, but over top of it can only be described as an apron. And as he brandishes around, he's got a chef's knife, and that is it. So a chef's knife and a basket.
And then nearby there's a makeshift cart of possibly goodies.
We mean no harm. We're just trying to get to Silveris. I don't know. I'm new here.
Silbervis?
Silvervest.
Silverbass. Silverbus. There. We're trying to get there. It's been a rough evening, I guess. We're new to Ravenloft. Yeah. My name is Elaine Lenore. Pleasure to meet you. Do you mind if we come closer so we can chat? I'll stay back as far as you'd like me to so that we feel safe.
Oh, okay. Hi, I'm Crumb.
Nice to meet you, Crumb. I walk up and extend my hand in friendship.
I just pick you up and hug you.
This is quite cozy. I'll be pleasant. I like it. Nice to meet you too.
Just tight enough that your like back cracks, but not so tight that you're hurt.
The pleasant scent of like baking.
I hope you don't take this as too forward, Crumb, but you smell amazing.
Well, I'm not like other half-orcs.
Fantastic.
Put me down.
Thank you.
Is Ren following you? Like, is he hooked to you, or,
Hello.
or is he like back at the party with this? With us?
I know Ren would probably be following me because I didn't give him any instructions otherwise.
Yep. His core goal is protect and help.
This is Ren.
Oh, what happened?
Nothing.
Don't squish him too hard.
I pick him up and hold him.
I was not a good projectile. I used to know a lot and then I forgot. For clarification on that, just so you know, these things came pre-programmed with information on the world as a present from this divine creature. So that way, if they needed information, this thing could give it to them. It's forgotten a lot of it,
Because it got a grappling hook through the side of its head.
and then caved in.
So it's kind of a wiki. You have to ask it the question. It doesn't know. It won't volunteer the info. So it's not like part of their personality, but sometimes it'll just be like, and then a voice will take over.
Okay, interesting. Did any of you guys watch Enchanted 2? Because also plot device there.
Okay.
I have not yet.
It came out like 3-4 weeks ago.
Oh,
Anyway.
that makes sense.
I put Red down, and I like lead him over to my cart and give him a muffin.
Go ahead, Ren. Can you eat? I don't know. You're a homunculi. Can you eat?
I think.
Go ahead and try.
Okay. And just takes the thing, just. And he's chewing it around, but the thing is, it's not going anywhere. It's just kind of falling out through little bits on the side. 'cause it doesn't have the same kind of vocal cords and everything else. No real. It's all made to look like a thing, but it's not really. So
All solid.
it's all just kind of crumbling up the side. Like, I think it is good.
Oh. You're not real, are you?
That's
That
a big question. Now.
it's like, well, actually, that is a very philosophical question, and you can see is that by existing, I therefore am real, but I am also not an actual kobold. Anyone listening, I am not trying to be offensive. I'm just trying to find a.
Am I, in fact, the projected ideal version of a kobold of my maker, or do I have self-koboldness that I can identify as myself as I?
Things that are not can't be. It just simply is.
For something.
And that's
Is
all.
A.
And that's all I got to say about that.
Mike,
Drops the muffin.
End the fucking show there. It's not gonna get better than that.
You're a very interesting little creature.
Forest Wren.
I pat him on the head. I just go back to like bending over, hacking at my herbs.
So, is there any? I'll allow the rest of my group to introduce themselves. Go on, come on, guys, come on out. Come and meet.
I holster my crossbow and walk in the clearing. Just call me DW. It's easier. Nice to meet you.
Hello.
This is Crumb.
I'm
Crumb.
Crumb.
Hi, Crumb.
DW.
Hey, DW. I say hey.
What a wonderful kind of day.
Oh, Jesus.
And I'm the one with children.
I don't
We grew up in the right era. We know what Arthur is. If you don't know what Arthur is, you're probably too young to listen to this.
Or too old.
That's never too old. Listen,
I am Roseo Deshane, Knights of the Salaminic Order. Pleasant evening to you.
Yeah, from inside the helmet, this voice kind of echoes in. It's what gives it that. It's what gives it that really like echoey masculine tone to it. Is the helmet.
Okay. Hello.
So, what are you doing out here?
Gathering herbs for my baking. Would you like a muffin?
Gladly. What does it smell like?
The best freshly made, probably least flavored bread that you could find.
Okay.
Because I can't get access to blueberries and chocolate.
A lot of the best ingredients no longer exist.
So think like a chive scone. Like you
Okay.
get Demi's, right?
Yeah, a scone is probably a good way to imagine it.
Yeah.
I still call it.
All right, roll for poison. No, that'd be too much fun.
It tastes
I don't know you.
By the way, he's not actually in the game. He's here as a way to kill you all.
I'm a red herring.
We don't want to PvP anymore now.
Yeah.
It tastes like half-orc eggs.
Orcs lay eggs?
Actually, you know what? The thing is that Laszlo's character might be the type to think that,
Yeah.
given where he's from.
I'm a bit of a MAGA hat. Make Ansalon great again, just to warn you.
Oh god. Okay.
He's from the original Dragonlance. Back when it was very much like a,
Low
these things are
magic
evil.
setting.
Very much racist.
Yes.
Okay.
He's
gotcha.
he's not playing it as bad, but it's just the aspects are there.
It informs my character.
Kill the heretics. The Imperium of Man must stand.
The one person you do recognize in the group, just from seeing him around town and basically trying to get people, is the cleric with them. You haven't really spoken to him, but you've seen him around trying to rally people and never working.
Trying to rally and never working. So, it just sounds like a crazy person, preaching the end of the world.
Actually, for
Have you
quite
heard
a
about
while,
these vaccines?
as it was getting, as the light when there was still light, he was kind of doing that, and then now it's getting darker and darker, and you're seeing it, it's kind of hitting you like, oh shit, you always run right.
I give him a kind of like a side head tilt and an eyebrow raise, and I smile a little bit and nod, but don't actually say anything to him.
Okay, from now on, in my head, your half orc is just the full on rock, just the rock eyebrow. If you smell what crumb is cooking.
Battle cry.
Literally.
And that's gonna be the first T-shirt merch.
Yeah.
Right there.
Oh yeah.
When we start making merch, that's gonna be the first T-shirt.
Oh yeah, like on a like the side of the cart, arm raised in the air, rock style, just crumble like
With
that.
a muffin in their hand.
In an apron.
In an apron.
Apron that says "Kiss the Cook."
No, I'm talking like frilly, like 1950s housewife apron.
Oh, nice.
A proper baker's coat.
Are you wearing a baker's hat as well, or
No.
is there? Okay, so just
No.
orc
The only thing that would actually like give away that I'm an artificer is the fact that I have goggles on my head.
Okay.
Other than that, I just look like some random person in an apron.
It's a almost from the gloom of the trees and everything else. This person seems to be like the brightest thing you've seen.
I am basically glowing. There's a lot of pink.
So, Silver Vest, we are kind of on a time limit.
Are you heading there, or would you like to accompany us? Like,
Oh, I do have to go back soon, I suppose.
well, I mean, you're more than welcome to join with us. Safety in numbers and all that.
You do know the trail
I'm
back a bit
usually
easier.
okay, but yes. I'll show you the shortcut.
Oh, I
It will
appreciate
cut time off your trip. Yeah.
I appreciate it.
So I will allow.
Out of game, do we help him like collect herbs or whatever? Is this like
If you guys would
An
like to
indie
help
quest?
them collect some herbs in the
Yeah,
area,
we'll get you a fine bounty of herbs.
I'll
None of
allow a
those ones.
survival check.
Oh shit.
That's part of the wonders of collecting herbs.
Would it be survival or nature?
You could use either.
I'll just send my squire to do it.
I
roll.
use nature.
Okay. Yeah.
Do I
Okay.
roll charisma for potato, or he does it?
In this situation, potatoes it.
Okay.
Other skills.
Just blurb. Just
They show up with like ragweed. It's like it is an herb of the
Click on that
kind.
thing. Click on skills.
You're not wrong.
I rolled a 9.
It's very hard to find anything good. You know that down by the water is usually where you can get some of the better stuff that still actually has some form of nutrient, but
No, like the non-demon wildlife.
We use
is
nature.
also very-
Yeah. Non-demon
I'm
wildlife
using
is
nature.
choking everything
I got
out.
13.
okay. You come across a couple of half decent herbs. At least one or two that you know are tasty when you chew on them, so you hand them over. Like it might help for flavoring.
16.
You do come across one interesting herb that could be used in healing. You've seen it before. One of those ones where you kind of you know that you can kind of paste it up a little bit, and sometimes it works like a salve.
Stuff that in the old satchel.
Well, for him.
It's for me now.
Yeah.
I pick him up by the back of the shirt and take it out of his pocket.
You're like, "There." And as you put him down, you don't even feel it. Just like his tail comes around and takes it from you back. Well, that would be at his actual, the way his mind, the level his mind is at would work. But right now, not so much.
Yeah, no, I'm a little fucked with the whole shadow. We got you a bit of a bounty. Do you want to join us? We're going to head off towards Savaris.
Sure.
Silvers.
Cerberus.
In
Ren,
Falcovia.
Hey, Ren, how do I pronounce that town's name?
Silver. In almost perfect English, Silverus.
Cerberus?
And then back to, that is how you say it.
Well, that was unnerving.
Oh, you too.
Bits of the memories are all still there. It's just I cannot access them all.
Well, you're too perfect for this world, Ren.
We'll need to find a mason that's also a medic, possibly.
So I guess we head out.
Yeah. So working your way down the trail that your new companion has so graciously pointed. It's almost like you didn't see it until Crumb was like, "Yeah, if you just look like there, you can almost see like the ground is almost nice. You don't have to
you
worry."
can see the like wheel marks from my
Yeah,
cart.
the wheel marks are there. It's very, it's pleasant almost.
Now, are you pulling the cart, or do you have a pack animal for it?
Do I look like I need a pack animal?
He is a pack animal.
You would have a pet though, so you'd have a little goat
You got
with like one horn. You call him Uni.
you've got a pet oxen, and it sits on the cart, and you pull it.
Well, again, depending on the type of artificers, like they get a little robot thing.
No, that's not has nothing to do with the type of artificer. That's
Oh,
just an
yeah.
artificer thing.
Yeah.
So I can make little homunculi.
Well, there's that, but there's one of them that gets like a battle version.
Yeah, I think that's maybe the armor or
Yeah.
something, but no.
Yeah. So yeah, you guys are passing down your path. It's actually very nice. Josh,
Uh-oh.
you're still even though like it seems brighter, you're still plagued by knowing that there's a shadow following you. Whereas the others are like, everything seems like it's kind of moving, but it's probably just land. Whereas it's in your head now. There's something out there following you.
And you pissed it off. We need to keep going.
Make a wisdom save
Uh-oh.
at disadvantage.
Spaghetti. 17.
And roll again because you're at disadvantage.
Yes. 13.
So 13 and your wisdom
It's
modifier
+3.
is 3.
Yeah.
So 16. You know it's back there, but you know what? It is what it is. You shake. You're still a little unnerved, but you're not going to take any negatives from it anymore.
There's nothing I can do about it.
You've come to terms with the fact that if it's going to kill me, it's going to kill me.
At least I'll get out of this fucking forest. What was that?
What are you muttering?
Huh? There's shadow. There's a shadow following us.
Yeah, we are in the forest of shadows.
Is that what it's called? Really? No. Fuck, where's that priest? Send me back!
I would if I could and get someone better, but I can't. You're all I've got. I just want to save the land. I don't care if I die at this point, but it has to happen. And unfortunately, you're all I've got to work with.
Send you back where?
Oh yeah, we kind of got transported here from different realms. You know, the whole motley crew of heroes saves the
This is
foreign.
the second time you've heard about this happening. Because you've met him and the other one in town.
I give y'all the like squinty eyes. Raise an eyebrow.
I love that you can actually do that.
I know, I can't do it with the one. Other one, no muscle control.
I can kind of. My right eyebrow's retarded, so. Yeah, that's not great. My forehead's gotten fat. Josh is afflicted with fat forehead. Apply directly to keep on some sketties and butter.
Anyway, I continue to lead the way.
Okay. Path is nice. You're going through. You've done it a million times. This is the first time you got a bit further, just because you exhausted the amount of good stuff in your bag. But as you guys start hit edges of the more of a clearing area, you see still Purvis. Unfortunately, it is not the town you were expecting. At the time you were expecting, a town. This looks like a bombed out wreckage of what used to be a city. There are buildings, and some in decent repair, some are crumbling. They're up a kind of a hillock. In the distance, there's what one point used to be a castle. There's still spires every now and again. It looks like it could have been Magic City at one point, but it's pretty much gone for the most part. But yeah, this place is very you see people, but not no one's really happy. A lot of lower faces, except when they see Crumb coming. A couple of faces start to be like, Crumb! What have you got today? Anything? It's almost desperate. This is the only good thing they get.
Oh, just the usual. Nothing special today.
So a couple people come over and start offering you coin for at least a small bit of food.
Okay, well, I stop and I set up my cart for selling, not just wheeling around.
And let's see who's got money. Fucking nobody. One person is like a copper, and you're like, this is all we have.
I pass out muffins because I'm not horrible.
Okay. So like a lot of people come in, little few little scant skeletons of people, little kids come over, and everyone's quiet. That's one thing you notice. Like when they're walking around, it's very quiet. Their heads are down, but they're a little louder when they get closer because once they back away, it's like they're trying not to be heard or seen.
I'm not a fan of the riff-raff, so I'm just giving dirty looks. And I'm basically...
Peasants!
I'm figuring out in my head the best way to attack this town in order to then figure out the best way to defend it if we need to, because Necromancer's on the way.
Gotcha.
Yeah, these people are definitely... Their wills start almost broken. Some are full on broken, and then some are, you can see they're hanging on.
This...
The muffins help.
Yeah, that's good. With what Elaine's been through in his past, which I'm sure we'll get to later on in this podcast, he knows what it means to be broken. And the only way he knows how he's going to try and help. And he sets his rapier aside, opens up his case, and pulls out his guitar. And he doesn't sing, he just sort of plays at like a flamenco speed, a sort of... Yeah. Sort of a... not invigorating, but like...
Elevator music?
Not even elevator music. It'd be more like a relaxing music to listen to, like if you had a good meal. Like
Okay,
like a house band would they be playing in a restaurant?
Okay, make a performance check with advantage.
Is this town only populated by humans?
It's a mixture.
Okay.
You're not seeing too many monstrous races, but there are a couple of ones that could be qualified as like bestial or monsters.
No
But
one's
for the
reacting
most,
too crazy for
the highest point of the population is humans.
Okay. So I rolled a 19 on my performance check.
You could see some of the people who are nearby, especially the ones who are already eating away. Like the shoulders go from slumped to almost like a little more raised, like they're in better spirits. The combination of food and just something to break the tension of things is
And the
helping
giant
some people
man
out.
who brings it.
The sounds, though, like you see people start to scatter into the darkness, like into alleyways or away from houses or windows shutting. Make a, I think it's perception covers everything. There's no more listen, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll go perception, and anyone can make a perception check. Not you.
Anyone but you.
Anyone but Marty.
Yeah, that tracks.
You see them all kind of starting to.
Concentrating on food.
You've seen this behavior before, though. You know something's going down somewhere.
Perception?
Yeah, perception.
So that's wisdom, which is... so 16.
Okay. You hear something.
I didn't know.
Oh, you don't care.
I'm busy trying to figure out how to destroy the town and take the castle.
You're so like just zoned out. Your helmet's actually muffling the sounds outside.
I have a bunch of my bonuses in perception.
I should hope so. You're a rogue.
Plus 4. And I rolled a 16. So 20.
Okay. You hear the sounds of a battle. Not like a major battle, but something is going down. There's some kind of a fight.
It's a Donnybrook.
You definitely know there's some kind of fight. You hear the sounds of clangs of metal. There's something going on. Maybe a block or two away at most.
I press my hand flat against the strings of the guitar to mute it. And just...
Once you do that, it really starts coming through. Like there's something going on, and people are scattering, going to doors, getting cover.
I look to Crumb to see how they react.
Oh, I didn't hear anything.
Oh,
You just know the reactions of people.
I think it's time we get inside.
all right. Let's choose a structure, and then I kind of want to see what's going on.
Okay. Do you want to make your way towards the sounds, or do you want to find a building to kind of hide in?
Father Reinhardt, do you have a temple or a safe house?
The temple that once was in this place is, I think there's a pile of rubble over there. This is one of the lands, like I told you, the actual order has all but abandoned a lot of these fringe-worthy places, whereas the only ones that bother to show up are the ones from my, I guess I call them rebel order.
Let's go inside.
All right. So I guess we look for something that looks like an inn or a tavern or a roadhouse of some sort.
You know that there is a tavern / inn closer to the center of the city. I could say city, but yeah.
And
close
we're
to the
still
center.
kind of on the outskirts.
Yeah, you're still
We
hitting
kinda
the
got
outskirts.
swarmed
This
with
place
them.
it's kind of almost used as like a part tavern, part inn, and also a part staging area for the defense of the town.
So a good place to be.
All right, I
Lead the way, friend.
like grab my cart and start like quickly walking towards the tavern.
That's it.
All right, so Crumb starts leading the way towards the tavern. As you're getting close, you actually hear the sounds getting closer. It's almost like you're going in the right direction anyway.
Ah, shit.
Because a lot of the way the roads work, it's not made for like a big defense. If there was the place maybe it was defended at one point by walls, which are no longer there.
Mm-hmm.
So the streets inside are very much made to easy paths. It's not made to be a maze like some other cities. So as you're getting closer to this tavern, you look down one of these roads, and down the road there looks to be a kind of a brawl going on. Figures are going at it with other figures. Some look off.
Something looks off.
Yeah, some of them look off. Like you see bits of armor, but at the same time you're like, is that a gap between the neck and the helmet?
Am I looking at LARPers?
I mean like a physical gap.
Oh, okay.
Like there's no neck here, you might maybe see a
Floating
bone.
helmet. No, bone. They're fighting skeletons.
Possibly.
Or undead of some sort. Shit. Shit. I hate these guys. Shh. Approximately how many of each side of combatants are there?
There looks to be 2 facing off against 6.
Well, I slowly start walking over, grabbing down the axe.
Can I do a perception to determine if these things are undead?
Yes.
17.
Oh yeah. They're definitely skeletons. As you really start to like zone in, you can see like little street fire, and just you're like, that's definitely undead.
Is there any sort of torches mounted to the wall?
Every now and again there are street lamps.
Are they like hanging oil lamps?
It looks like they may have been gassed at some point. It looks like artificers have gotten to a point of at least rigging some form of lighting here.
Are we gonna deal with this, guys?
Well, I'm in front of the party, like not halfway, but I'm like, if any of these skeletons comes our way, I'm axing them. So we need to make a choice whether to engage or avoid.
I mean, half the town, or this town is broken. Like, these people are skeletons themselves. They've got 2 fighters. Like, these things will run amok on the rest of the population. We have a moral obligation to stop this shit.
Do you have on some sort of like pauldron or brooch or something?
No.
He's mostly wearing fancy-ish clothes.
I'm a fancy man.
Hat and earrings.
Though you do have your guitar case.
Yes, I have my guitar case. Yeah.
Who the hell carries a guitar case around? I mean, in this type of world.
Bards.
He doesn't want to scratch his guitar. It's not, you can buy a lute anywhere.
But
That's
we're
where
not
that's
on
what
my
you get.
planet, are we?
As we're approaching, I look for something heavy and blunt to grab.
Yeah, you could probably find like a busted up piece of wood or like a stone even. There's enough to find like improvised weapons.
Okay, I will grab a piece of wood or a big rock because all I have is a rapier, and that's pretty much useless against zombies. As far from my guy's travels in his old realm, he would know that. He was like high level.
I'm like dressed in weapons, so if you want like a hand axe.
I am a weapon.
Like,
I'll just walk by and grab the hand axe off your side.
Hand axe, well, I guess that'll do more than a pokey weapon.
Yeah. It's a slashing weapon as opposed to piercing. But you'd still want blunt and crushing for zombies
yeah,
and
like a mace or
skeletons.
something.
I just turn around and hit him with the backside.
Okay, so you guys start making your way down to the brow.
All I want is
guess.
a goddamn scent.
I touch your rock and it starts to glow. Have some light.
Ooh, thank you.
The most universally good spell in the game.
Not even a spell.
Oh, it's a cantrip.
Totally not even a cantrip.
Oh, nice.
Totally just an artificer ability.
Oh, that's
Wait,
so
what
cool.
did you do? Imbue it?
You can infuse
Called
like up to
magical
4
tinkering.
items. Yeah.
Okay.
I can essentially infuse mundane things like a rock with different like abilities. So like my cart itself smells like fresh baked muffins, even though there's nothing there.
Okay. I thought you had like a little miniature oven on there.
Yes, I have an easy bake oven on it.
The actual official Easy Bake Oven. He got it from a different plane. It's just that.
I was thinking
That's
like a
what dropped on
coal-fired
them.
pizza oven, like
Made
so
of
big and beefy you can
dark
handle
pack.
it.
Easy Bake Oven, not a sponsor yet.
If they want to send us a bunch of Easy Bake Ovens, we will make snacks with Easy Bake Ovens.
I'm pretty sure Hasbro controls those, and let's avoid their eye.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we just got D&D back, so let's not do this.
Yeah.
So yeah, you guys are making your way down towards the fight, and one of the combatants kind of picks up on it, turns around, makes eye contact with Brother Reinhold, who sees him and goes, "Oh no."
Well, that's an exciting development. Let's see where it goes next time on Snow Dice.